Okay, so as ever, starting with feet hip width. Weight evenly centered. Give your toes a wriggle. Make sure that you've got that tripod of support underneath each foot. So big toe joint, little toe joint and heel. Arms down by your sides. And just start by rolling the shoulders forward as you breathe in. And then breathe out to roll them back and down. Nice and slowly. And not being frightened to shrug the shoulders all the way forward, as long as you can then open the shoulders before you take them all the way down the back. And again, breathing in and breathing out. Lengthen the back of your neck. Float both arms up towards the ceiling. Link your fingers and put your hands straight behind your head. So actually right at the base of your skull. Get your thumbs pointing down your neck as well, just to give your neck an extra little bit of support. And then without raising the shoulders, can you lengthen the back of the neck so that you are actually feeling the spine stretching up towards the ceiling. Now check in with the shoulders should still be relaxed. Okay, so from here, take a breath in, and as you breathe out, just a small side bend to one side, reaching the one elbow up towards the ceiling. And then with your in-breath, you're going to come up, and then breathing out to side bend over to the other side. And breathing in to come up, and then straight into rotation. Keep the neck lengthening up, try not to pull the head. If you're breathing out to rotate, breathing in, and you might find you only rotate a small amount at the moment. So again, breathing out to rotate, especially with these arms up. And come all the way back. Now just release for a moment by stretching the arms up, and then link the fingers, place the hands back behind your head again. So I'm going to add to this again, so shoulders relaxed. Take a breath in to lengthen the spine. Breathe out to side bend. Then breathe in and hold, and breathe out to rotate slightly down towards the floor. Then come back out of that into your side bend. And then come back to your start position. Same on the other side. So it's a lengthening up as you breathe in, breathing out to side bend, breathing in to hold, breathing out to rotate down towards the floor, breathing in to rotate back to the front, and then come back to your start position. Straight away then reach the arms up again, breathing in to stretch, and then breathing out. You can come into your roll down here if you want to. All the way down. Keeping the weight centered and the back of the neck free. Breathe in to hold, and then breathe out. Engage your center and restack your spine all the way up. Now I promised you some balance work this time, so what we'll do is again feet hip width, take the arms out to the side. You can either just raise the heel, you don't necessarily have to lift the whole leg. But what you're aiming to do eventually is actually be able to balance on the one leg, lift the knee no higher than the hip, make sure that you're lifted through this side so you haven't swung that hip out. And then can you hold here and just turn your head one way and then the other. Look straight ahead, relax the foot down for a moment, bring the arms down. Come up with the same leg again, so back to your heel lift or your leg lift. And this time, rather than just turning the head, on your out breath, can you rotate the whole of the top of the body? Breathing in to come back to your start position, and then breathing out to rotate to the other side. Getting involved with the plant here. And then we'll do the same on the other side, so relax the arms down again. Come back up, heel or the whole leg up to your single knee float, shoulders drawn down the back. Now try turning the head all the way over to one shoulder, all the way over to the other shoulder. Bring the head forward, relax down for a moment, come back up again, try and move the whole of the upper body this time so the hips stay still. Breathe in, breathe out to rotate. Breathe in to come to the front, and breathe out to rotate. Far too close to the wall. Breathing in to come back. Bend the knees, stretch the arms up again. You're going to breathe in here, and as you breathe out again, chin to your chest, nose to your navel, crown of your head to the floor. rolling all the way down, breathing in and then breathing out, resetting your spine slowly, drawing your shoulders down the back and finding that length through the neck again. And then you're ready to come down to the mat. So down on the mat, I'm going to start with some breathing first of all, just to focus your mind maybe, but certainly your breath and how you want to fill your body with your breath. So what I'd like you to do is just close your eyes for a couple of moments and put your hands around your rib cage. If that's uncomfortable, bring your arms down. You don't have to have your hands here, but it's quite useful to feel for the movement of the rib cage. And with your shoulders relaxed, can you take a nice deep breath in and see if you can expand your rib cage out to the side into your hands. And then as you breathe out, you relax the rib cage so that it shuts softly. The breastbone falls heavily down into the body. Ready to go again with that in-breath, expanding the rib cage out to the side. And breathing out. And one more, breathing in. And breathing out. If your arms aren't already down by your sides, bring your arms down to your sides now. And we're going to take another 3 breaths. And I want you to go into the back breathing that we've talked about previously. So this is where you feel the back of the body, so the rib cage expanding backwards into the mat. I know this isn't very easy, but it's always good to try and come back to this. So again, with your eyes shut, taking a breath in and expanding the rib cage backwards into the mat. And breathing out to release. And again, breathing in. And breathing out. One more time, breathing in. And breathing out. Just sticking with the breath, just for one more moment. What we're going to do is actually think about the chest rising this time. So if you want to, you can put one hand on your chest, one hand on your tummy. And as you breathe in, see if you can expand the chest upwards into your hands. The tummy will rise quite naturally. So breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Once more, breathing in and breathing out. Bring your arms down by your sides. Just take a few easy breaths now. Hopefully you're not feeling lightheaded after that. And once you're ready, we'll float both arms up towards the ceiling. Turn the palms in to face one another. And start with a shoulder reach. So on your in-breath, lifting the back of one shoulder up off the floor. And then as you breathe out, drawing the back of the shoulder down. And breathing in to reach. And breathing out to release. And again, breathing in to reach and stretch. And breathing out to release. Continue on to the other side. Now if you're feeling strain in the neck here, don't reach quite as high. You might have just taken it a little bit too far. And release. Try both shoulders together, breathing in to stretch. And breathing out to draw them down. One more time, just checking that you're not hitching the shoulders up at the same time. And drawing the shoulders down. Float the arms down, relax the shoulders, take a breath in. And breathe out. Draw your tummy back towards your spine, tilt your pelvis.
Gently lengthen your lower spine into the floor. Breathing in to hold and breathing out to release to neutral. And again, breathing in. Breathing out, scooping the tummy back, flattening the lower back into the floor. Breathing in to hold and breathing out to release to neutral. Float both arms up as you breathe in. Breathe out to take both arms overhead. Keep the back of the ribcage nicely seated on the floor, on the mat. Breathing in to float the arms up. And again, taking the arms over on your out breath. Breathe in to bring both arms up. Now we're going to do the same thing with the arms, but I want you to go into a pelvic curl at the same time. So as the arms go over, you tilt the pelvis, flatten your lower back into the floor. As you release the pelvis to neutral, you float the arms back up towards the ceiling. And again, breathing out, scooping the tummy back without pressing through the feet, flattening the back, taking the arms overhead. Breathing in to hold, and then breathing out to release back to your neutral. Now keep the arms up towards the ceiling. Take a breath in and breathe out. Scoop the tummy back, press the lower back firmly into the floor now before peeling the spine away. Rolling all the way up, pressing through the heels, bringing the hips up equally. Taking a breath in. As you breathe out, roll all the way down, keeping the arms still for now, keeping the glutes switched on so your bottom is squeezing tight right until the end, and then you release to neutral. Again, breathing in, breathing out, flattening the back, scooping the tailbone up towards the ceiling. This time when you get to the top, let's add an arm movement. So the hips stay up, you breathe in, breathe out, take the right arm up and the left arm down. Breathing in to come up with the arms and over to the other side, keeping the ribcage soft, keeping the hips and the rest of the body really still. When the arms are up, you breathe in and then breathe out to roll all the way down and out to your neutral. Floating the arms down by your sides. Into your hip circles next. So let's start with the arms down by your sides. Let's start just with the leg bent first of all. So with an in-breath, prepare, an out-breath, bring your right leg up to a single knee float. And then you want to start with that knee directly above the hip. You're going to circle that knee in towards your midline on your in-breath, and then away from your midline on your out-breath. Now keeping the hips still here, so keep your belt tight and just see if you can get that movement in the hip joint. Try not to bring your knee too close to you. You will probably end up losing your neutral if you do. And then when you're ready, let's just try a few in the other direction as well. So breathing in, breathing out to circle away. You can put your hands on your hips if you want to. It depends on how certain you are that you're keeping your hips still. And what I'm going to do from here, you can continue like this. If you want to, you can then straighten one leg. Maybe both legs, so the other leg lengthens away along the floor. If you're going to straighten both legs, take the arms out to the side slightly. And then try your circles with a straight leg. So breathing in to circle towards your midline, breathing out to circle away. And again, breathing in and breathing out. Now I'm doing quite big circles. Keep them small if you need to. Keep control of the hips as much as you can. They're moving a little bit, that's fine. But try not to let the one hip lift off the floor completely as that leg circles away from you. So breathing out as the leg moves away from your centre, breathing in as it circles towards. One more. All the way back up, bending the knee, placing the foot down, bringing the other foot back up again, bringing the arms back down by your sides, and then going straight to the other side. So hips square, breathe in, breathe out, engage your centre, float the knee up, keep this other leg still, breathe in to circle the knee towards your midline, breathe out to circle away. And again, breathing in and breathing out. So you're really stirring that thigh bone in the hip socket. Just one more in this direction, and then let's come back again. So breathing out as the leg circles away, breathing in as it comes back towards you. And twice more. Breathing in and breathing out. Now you can change direction again if you want to, or lengthen one or both legs. Take the arms away from you slightly. Breathe in to circle the leg towards your midline, and then away. And breathing in and breathing out. One more in this direction, and then we'll reverse. So breathing out to go away, and breathing in across your midline. Twice more. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out, bend your knee. Bring that foot down, you can bring the other leg up as well. And then link your fingers, place your hands behind your head. Elbows just off the floor. Come up to a double knee float now, one leg at a time on your out breath. And we're going to go straight into your toe dips from here. Breathing in to prepare, breathing out to dip down and away from you. Breathing in to return, breathing out to dip down and up. So we're dipping the toes at the moment. I want you to obviously keep your belt tight. Try and open the angle at the front of the hip to give yourself more challenge. Now if you want even more challenge, so keep going, what you can do is flex your feet and try your heel dips instead. So you've got a little bit further to go. Breathing out to dip, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, one more on each side, breathing out, breathing in, last time, all the way up. Relax your feet now, pick your head up, and then again you can keep the knees bent or lengthen the legs up for this. You're going into your scissors, so I'd like you to reach the arms forward, put the hands behind the thighs, whether your legs are bent or straight, breathing in to prepare, and breathing out, scissor the legs. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Knees all the way in, head down, and just let your head release from side to side. Release your neck. Give yourself a moment, maybe rock from side to side, open up the lower back a little bit as well. And then bring your feet down. Let's bring the feet and knees together, just quite quickly going into your left to right knee roll, so taking the knees over to the right on your out breath. Let's breathe in to come back up with the knees and breathe out to go over. And again, breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. Coming back to your start position and then bringing your arms down by your sides and moving your feet back out to hip distance. Into your frog next. Now just a 1 minute warning, this is going to run straight into your hundreds. So if you want to get a ball, you could put it behind your head already. But we'll start with the frog, and we're going to have fingers linked, hands behind your head. On your out breath, come up to a double knee float. And then straight away, pin your knees and feet together. Flex both feet towards you, and keeping your heels together, open your knees out to the side. Now it's from this position, as you flex forward, that you're going to press your heels away from you. Keep your heels quite high to begin with. And then you breathe in, bring the knees back above the hips, bring the head down. And again, breathing out to flex and push the heels away. And breathing in. Now you can already, if you want to, bring the legs a little bit lower. And breathing in to come back. And again, breathing out to flex and lengthen. Breathing in to come back. We've got 2 more. Breathing out to flex and back. Now this time, you're going to hold the position. Now you can either stay with your legs straight, you can bend your knees if you want to, you can reach the arms into your 100, you can put your head down on the ball if you want to, And off you go. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going. And you're keeping those legs straight, you're keeping the legs turned out, and if you can, keep those heels squeezing together as well. So 20 more, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, reach, and then bend your knees in. Oof. Knees above the hips, bring your knees together and relax the feet. Now, straight into a stretch, I think, so pull one knee in towards you, bring the other foot down, lengthen the leg away. Flex the toes back towards you and hold. And then over to the other side, knee in towards you, lengthen the other leg away and flex the foot and hold. And then let's bring both feet down to the floor, feet and knees together. And if you put your hands back behind your head again, you can then let the elbows go wide and let the knees drop away from each other as well. Let's bring the soles of your feet together and have a little rock from side to side, just to relax into the stretch. You can also just release your head one way and then the other as well, if that feels good for your neck. Okay, and then bring your knees back together. Release your hands from behind your head. Now from here, I'd like you to either roll onto your side to come up to sitting, or just pull your knees in, pick your head up and rock up to sitting. And we will start with roll like a ball, so if you get your cushion out of the way. Okay, so sitting tall, high on both sitting bones, shoulders drawn down the back. Breathe in, breathe out, scoot the tummy back, bring the eye line down towards the knees. Now with that shape remaining the same, can you pick one leg up followed by the other, and with your knees and feet together, take a breath in and breathing out to find your balance point, just about. And again, breathing in and breathing out, and again breathing in and breathing out. One more time. Breathing in, breathing out. Now from here, I want you to take a breath in, breathe out really slowly, roll down really slowly. Then once you reach the floor, keep your head elevated, come out to neutral and bring your knees to hip distance. Move your hands to the outside of your shins, and as you breathe in, I want you to extend both the arms and the legs away, breathing out to circle the arms around and bending the knees. And again, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Now keep your legs high if you need to here. And breathing out. Hold here, breathe in. Breathing out to really slowly roll back up again. So pulling your tummy in, rolling up, maybe pressing the back of your thighs into your hands, all the way up to your start position. Breathe in, breathing out. You're going to roll back down again. This time, once you've slowly got all the way back down to the floor, again, keep your head elevated. Put your hands behind your head though this time, and you're going to go into your obliques. So breathing in here, breathing out, reach your left hand and place the outside of your left hand on the outside of your right shin, if that makes sense. And then breathing in to come back to your start position. The head is still elevated. Breathing out to reach and breathing in to return. You can bring your feet down if this feels like it's too much and your hip flexors are starting to get a bit grumpy. Okay, now I want you to hold the next one and pulse for 8. You can, if you want to here, lengthen both legs up so that you can pulse up the leg. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bend the knees as the hand comes back behind the head. You're going to go straight over to the other side, straightening the legs if you want to, reaching up the leg as you pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. all the way back down. Bring your head down. Do bring your knees in again. And give yourself a moment. Give myself a moment. And then circle the knees in towards you. Let's circle the knees away from you now. So together towards you and then apart and away. Just massaging those thigh bones in the hip sockets. And back in the other direction. Okay, good. Bring your feet down to the floor. So this is where you need your big cushion. Get rid of the little one. Come onto your side. You've got your hips, feet and knees stacked. And both arms straight ahead of you. Okay, so do check, spine in neutral. Hopefully make sure that your cushion is high enough so that you don't feel really awkward under here. It might be that you need a couple of cushions, or even you could even try your soft ball if you've got that. From here, you're going to slide your top hand forward, so you're drawing your shoulder blade away from your spine. And then you're sliding the hand back, sliding the hand all the way up the arm, and then unfolding that elbow as you rotate. Then you're going to come back the way you came. So bend the elbow, and then you're sliding the hand all the way back down the arm, back to your start position. So again, so reach forward. This is your in-breath to stretch and expand. And then breathing out, sliding the hand all the way up and unfolding into rotation. Breathing in to bend the elbow, and then breathing out, engage your center, slide all the way back. One more time. And when I said expand here, so I was saying expand as you reach, what you're actually doing is expanding the back of the body. And then breathing out, unfolding. Breathing in to bend the elbow, and breathing out to come back to your start position. Getting rid of your big cushion, taking your small cushion or your towel, putting your arm underneath it if it's comfortable for you, and keeping the knees bent again here. What we'll do is actually lengthen the legs out. So once you're happy that you're in your neutral, without disturbing anything, can you lengthen the legs away from you? Okay. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, lengthen the top leg up. Breathe in to flex and lower. And again, breathing in, flex and lower. Can you take the arm up towards the ceiling? Breathing in, flex and lower leg in parallel. Breathing in, flex and lower. One more time. Breathing in, flex and lower. Bring that hand down onto the floor. Bend just your underneath leg. Leave the top leg hovering at hip height. Now you're going to cycle this top leg through. So starting by pulling the tummy in, taking the leg back, but without allowing yourself to arch that lower back. Then bend the knee when it's back there. You're cycling that leg through, trying not to tip the pelvis under and lose your neutral as the leg comes forward. And then taking the straight leg all the way back. As far back as you can, keeping that leg really straight. Then bend the knee behind you. Cycle the leg through and lengthen ahead of you. You could always, if you can balance, put your hand on your hip just to check that you're not hitching the hip there. Really straight leg going back, bending the knee, cycling the leg through. Just one more time, all the way back, as far as you can before you bend. Then bend the knee, cycle the leg through, bring that leg back to your start position, and then bend both knees. One hand on the floor in front of you again here. Top hip still, take a breath in. Breathe out to open that top knee. Now check that you definitely haven't moved this hip. Hover that top foot away from the foot that's on the ground and see if you can keep that leg open As you tap that toe in front of the other leg, lift it and tap it behind. So all that's happening here is that movement from the hip joint. You're picking the leg up to tap behind the other leg, picking it up and tapping in front. Try not to let this knee start to roll in. So keep that knee open, tap in front and tap behind. Breathing out. I'm sure you can feel this by now. I can. Tap, tap. 2 more taps and then you tap the feet together. And let that leg relax down. Okay, let's come over to the other side, I think. So pressing all the way up. Bringing your big cushion. Lying all the way down. Feet, hips and knees stacked. Both arms ahead of you. Okay, starting with that sliding forward of the top arm. So you stretch as you breathe in. Breathing out, sliding the arm all the way up, unfolding the elbow into rotation. Breathing in, bend the elbow. And breathing out, using your abdominals, slide all the way back with that arm back to your start position. Keep going, so you reach forward as you breathe in. And breathing out. All the way. Breathing in to bend the elbow. And breathing out to slide all the way back. One more time. Breathing in to stretch the arm forward. Breathing out. Drawing the shoulder blade back into the back and then opening the arm. Breathing in and breathing out to return to the start. So swapping your cushions over. And as soon as you are back down on the mat, lengthening both legs, trying not to let that movement disturb your neutral spine position. So a hand on the floor or up towards the ceiling if you can. You're going to breathe in and breathing out and flex and lower. Okay, and again, so just 6 of these to start and flex and lower. Taking the arm up if you can. Breathing in, flex and lower. 3 more. And 2. Last time. Flex and lower. Keep the legs lengthening. Bring your hand down onto the floor. Bend the underneath leg. That top leg is still lengthened away in parallel. And then you're going to keep that leg really still as you take the leg behind you. Activate right up in the top of the hip there. Then bend the knee and then cycle that leg through. Try not to tuck the pelvis under as you bring that leg forward, watching out for the top hip as well. So the leg goes back, bending through and lengthen. And again, really straight, really straight. See how far you can take that leg back before you have to then bend it. And ideally, you're going to try and bend that knee behind you. So all the way back with the leg. Bend and through. I've lost count here. We'll do 2 more. And bend and through. Last time. Bend and through. And then bend the knees together. Hand on the floor in front of you. Opening the top knee. Keeping the top hip still as you hover that top foot. And then keeping the knee open as you tap the foot in front and behind. 2. And you can breathe out with each little tap, just to remind you to keep that stability. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tap in front, tap behind, feet together, close your knee down. And then of course we must stretch out these muscles next. So again, I would actually, if you haven't got your small ball, then I would grab your cushion so that you can come onto your back and take your usual glute stretch. Let's go ankle over the opposite knee, slide in that shape towards you if you can. and holding, taking some breaths. Over to the other side. Easing yourself into that stretch. You won't do any tilting to deepen it today, just hold still. Okay. Okay. Release. And then we're going to go over onto your front. With your little cushion or your towel underneath your forehead, elbows wide, shoulders drawn down the back and legs lengthened. Let's start with your small back extension, breathing in, breathing out, engage your centre, lengthen through the crown of the head, breathing in to hold, and breathing out to release. Breathing in, breathing out, pulling in your tummy, drawing your tailbone down, lengthening first, so don't even think about lifting until you've got all of the length you can possibly get out of your spine, and then allow the spine just to hover away and float away, breathing in to hold, and then breathing out to release. And again, breathing in and breathing out, lengthen, drawing the shoulder blades down the back. Breathing in to hold, breathing out to release. One more time, breathing in and breathing out, extending away. Breathing in to hold and breathing out to release. This time, I'd like you to breathe in to lengthen. So you're breathing in to lengthen the crown of the head away. Then as you breathe out, can you hover one arm without moving anything else? Breathing in to bring the arm down, and then breathing out to bring the head down. Again, breathing in to lengthen the spine. Breathing out, tighten your belt, hover the other arm. Breathing in to float that arm down, and breathe out to release. We'll do that twice more, so you have the option here to hover both arms at once. If it feels like it was already enough, it's absolutely fine. Just stick to one arm at a time. So again, breathing in. Breathing out, bringing up one or both arms. Breathing in, bring the arms down. And breathing out to release one more time. Breathing in to lengthen. Breathing out, you have to pull your tummy in even more strongly here to hover the arms without moving the back. Breathing in and breathing out. Bringing the arms back. Now just have a moment here to come up into your 4-point position. Release the spine just with a normal cat stretch. Drop the head down. Breathe in to hold. Breathe out to release. One more. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in to hold. Breathing out to release. And then come all the way back down onto your front again. So this time we're going to keep the upper body relaxed down on the ground. The arms are going to go back into the same position. But we're going to think about the legs and the back of the legs working here. So what I'd like you to do with this time is actually just lengthen the one leg. The one leg lengthens away, the front of both hips are connected to the floor. And then you're going to rotate or turn that leg out in the hip socket. Bring that leg back to parallel and bring that leg down. So over to the other side, this movement happens in the hip joint, nowhere else. So as you turn that leg out, you shouldn't feel the hips moving. You've just got that movement inside the hip joint. bring the leg down. So the breathing pattern is a breath in to extend, breathing out to tighten your belt as you turn the leg out, breathing in to come back to parallel, and breathing out to lower. Breathing in to lengthen, breathing out to turn out, breathing in to come back to parallel, and breathing out to come down. And again, make sure the shoulders are relaxed, just once more on each side, breathing in, breathing out to rotate, breathing in, breathing out to lower. Last time, breathing in, breathing out to rotate. Keep the legs straight as you come back to parallel, and breathing out to come down. And then straight away, again, push up with the hands. Come all the way up onto your hands and knees. Do one more cat stretch because you've just been extending slightly again through the back. So if you go all the way up to your cat stretch, breathe in to hold, and then breathe out to release. Now hopefully you're in a nice position here, because what I'd like you to do is now challenge this lovely neutral spine. And we're going to do your arm and leg glide. Now this is the exercise where you can move the arms on their own. You could move the legs on their own. You could move both the arms and the legs together. You could even lift them slightly if you want to. Quite honestly, you can do anything you want apart from move the body. So make sure that you have that control so that whatever version you decide to attempt, you're not going to lose that neutral spine position. So always, whatever movement you're making here, make the movement on the out breath. So you're taking a breath in to prepare, breathe out to move one arm, maybe add the opposite leg. Definitely not the same leg, it's almost impossible, as I think many of you have found. Breathing in to hold and breathing out to return. Over to the other side, so on the out breath, engage your centre, lengthen opposite arm and leg, and lift away. Breathing in to hold, and breathing out to return. And again. Keep a little bit of softness in that supporting elbow. I don't want you to feel that you're really holding that arm very, very straight. You're going to use your muscles more if you keep a little bit of bend in that elbow. Breathe in and breathing out. One more on each side. Breathe in, breathing out. Last time. Breathe in to hold, breathe out to come all the way back. And just before we move from this position, hands under the shoulders, I want to go into that fun little rotational exercise. So this is where you bend the one elbow down and you rotate in the opposite direction. So if I do a few, and hopefully you can see clearly enough to understand what's going on. So you bend, let's say the left forearm down to the floor, softening the right elbow and rotating to the right. You press through both hands to come back up on your in-breath, and then breathing out, flattening the right forearm down to the ground, bending the left elbow slightly, and then coming back up. This really isn't suiting you. What you can do is go into this version where you thread the arm through. Breathing in to hold, breathing out to return, and over to the other side. Just do one more on each side of whatever version you're up to at the moment. Breathing in here, breathing out. Last time. So you should feel like your arms have had a little bit of work there as well. If you have the flexibility in the knees and the hips, just make this a moment to sit back on your heels, walk the arms forward and stretch out through the spine. If you haven't, you could always just come back up into another cat stretch here to release. Take a couple of breaths. And then restack your spine. Onto your hands and knees again. Bring your knees and feet together. Tuck your toes under, draw the shoulder blades down, and on your out breath, pulling the tummy in underneath, can you hover your knees? Hover them just an inch from the floor and hold. Keep holding. Soften the elbows, try not to really straighten the arms. And then bring the knees down. And again on your out breath, lifting the knees. Holding. Holding, make sure your eye line is just beyond your hands. And then bring the knees down. Bring your feet together, knees apart. And lengthen the arms forward again into a lovely stretch for the back. And take a couple of breaths. You can walk your hands to the right, leaning back into the left hip. And walk your hands to the left, leaning back into the right hip. And then back to your centre. And restacking. Grab your big cushion again. We're going to use it to do a hamstring stretch, and I'd like you to sit around onto your bottom and actually just take your leg and place it on the cushion. So that's raised your foot enough that you should actually feel a little bit of stretch. Now make yourselves comfortable, put your hands behind you if you need to. You probably won't get much of a stretch here, so this is where you then walk your hands towards your bottom, sit as tall as you can, and I can feel that stretch now down the back of my leg. And you can either just stay here and hold, or you can release one arm, maybe two arms, just to use a little bit of connection through here to hold you nice and tall. You can even then take the arms up. All of this is going to add to that stretch, so it's up to you where you want to stop with it really. Hold that stretch up. Bring the arms all the way down, support yourself again, and then just release your ankle joint. Keep the legs still and see if you can just circle the leg on the end of, circle the foot on the end of your leg. And then just take the cushion, place it underneath the other foot. Again, find that leg parallel, make sure that the leg is in line with your hip socket. Start with the hands back, walk your hands towards your bottom. Find the stretch that you're comfortable with and then hold. Keep pulling those toes back towards you. That will increase the stretch as well. Bring both arms up. You don't have to. You can keep your hands behind you. You can also take your arms up. Keep lengthening through the spine. Keep reaching the arms up as the toes keep pulling back towards you. Hold just for a moment longer. And then bring the arms down, support yourself again, just make yourself a little bit more comfortable. Certainly switch the stretch off here and then just work into the ankle joint, keeping the legs still. And then coming back in the other direction. Relax the foot, bring that foot back towards you, get rid of the cushion. And then just come up to standing, just to stretch to finish. So to finish, we'll take a calf stretch, starting by taking one foot behind you. Checking once your heel is planted down into the ground, that both feet are parallel, that your feet, knees and hips are aligned. And then checking that you're taking your weight forward into your front leg. What you don't want to do is sit back and arch the back here. So once your weight is in your front leg, take the energy down into that heel behind you so that you're stretching the back of the leg. You can put your hands on your hips if you want to, and just hold this position, keeping the back leg straight, keeping the spine lengthened and the shoulders relaxed. Now to take this stretch a little bit further down, if you take your weight back very slightly so that it's more centered, and then bend your back knee. Now bend your back knee without raising your heel behind you. That will just take the stretch a little bit further down the back of the leg.
And hold there just for a moment before straightening that back leg out again and then stepping forward, and then just doing the same on the other side. So taking the leg behind you, checking your alignment first, especially that back foot. That back foot will have a tendency to turn out if you're not careful. So hips square, weight forward into the front leg, tummy lifted, heel down behind you, hands on your hips, or if it's more comfortable to relax your arms at this point, that's absolutely fine. And hold your stretch. Hold your stretch and then transfer your weight back very slightly, bending the back knee and feeling that stretch travel further down the back of the leg. Now again, with that back knee bent, you need to check that that knee hasn't gone off in a funny direction. So if you can balance and look down at the same time, have a quick look to see what's going on. And then lengthen the leg again behind you, stepping forward. And with your feet hip width, arms relaxed down by your sides, just take a breath in to lengthen. And breathe out, just a nice soft side bend over to one side, let the arms relax. Breathe in to come up, and then breathe out to go over. Breathing in to come up. As you breathe out, rotate, just floating the arms up softly. And breathe in to come back to the front with the arms down, breathing out to rotate, not too high with the arms. Breathing in to come down. Breathing out, take the arms up, and then breathing in for an extra stretch at the top. And then breathe out, drawing your chin down, keeping your weight centered, rolling down towards the floor. Stretching the back of the legs a little if you want to here. Do take a moment at the bottom just to shake the head gently, release the back of the neck. Then breathe in and breathe out to engage your center. Restack your spine. And come all the way up to the top. And there you can finish. Thank you very much.